Welcome back, dear viewers, and here is a coverage of Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri, who just held a joint press conference with his Saudi counterpart at Prince Faisal bin Farhan. Earlier, Shukri and his Saudi counterpart discussed issues of mutual concern and means of boosting bilateral ties. The talks tackled enhancing bilateral coordination and consultations over a number of regional files, including the Libyan issue. The two top diplomats discussed measures of facing the repercussions of corona pandemic outbreak. The top diplomat is also said to have talks with Director of the General of the International Atomic Energy Agency. And to shed more light on the talks, we're joined over the phone by Foreign Assistant, Foreign Ministry, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi. A very good day, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Great, sir. Sir, what is the significance of the Egyptian-Saudi historical ties?
It is very important since decades and hundreds of years since the coming of the Islamic invasion here in Egypt. And always we have a sort of supporting each other, Egypt and the area of Saudi. But recently, of course, we have the Gulf Cooperation Council, and Egypt was briefing at this session about its position concerning many issues, whether on the international level, regional level, also the bilateral. And of course, our bilateral relations with the Saudis is very strong since a long time in the history. As we have seen, they talk about many things, and what is most important to us is the position of the Saudis and the Gulf states concerning the Ethiopian dam. And the question was how they can help us. They can help us with the stick and the carrot. The carrot is to go and to give more investment and more support to Ethiopia in order to make Ethiopia feel that a good agreement with Egypt would be beneficial for Ethiopia. The stick is, of course, contrary to this. But up till now, I think the Egyptian diplomacy is seeking always dialogue, seeking always solutions where everybody sharing the benefits of any agreement.
Okay, sir, let's move on to enhancing bilateral coordination and consultations over a number of regional files, which most important is the Libyan issue at this point, sir.
Yes, of course. The good thing that we are consulting each other concerning Libya, concerning Syria, by the way, also is very important, concerning what's going on in the East Mediterranean and the new gas discoveries. The cooperation between the Gulf states and Egypt, especially in the Suez Canal zone. Many questions of interest are there. On the international level, we are always consulting each other to combat the illegal crimes, which means illegal migration, drug trafficking, money laundering, and terrorism. And of course, as you ask about Libya, of course we are suffering in Libya about elements of terrorists coming to Libya, and they are threatening our western border. This is a big issue, and how we can get rid of 20,000 elements coming from places here and there. They are threatening Libya and its security. They are threatening the Egyptian security also.
Okay, sir, the two diplomats also discussed measures of facing the repercussions of the coronavirus pandemic and the outbreak. What did you read during their discussion, sir?
I think we have a lot to discuss and to explain to our partners, because Egypt is lucky because we have a good story of success by comparing the disease itself. Also, the Egyptian experience concerning how we are on the economic dimension are much luckier than others, still the Egyptian economy will grow positively, while most of the economy of the whole world is going negatively. That is thanks to our economic reform, which started in 2016, early before the epidemic came to our area. So, as a matter of fact, we are relatively in a better condition rather than any Arab country or any country in our region. So, this experience, of course, it is something which we are proud to share it with our brothers in the
Saudi Arabia, sir?
In general. Pardon?
You mean that Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri today was influencing or trying to express or to show the Egyptian means of enhancing the economy in light of the coronavirus pandemic, which we are one of the best countries that handled the coronavirus pandemic under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, of course?
Yes, of course, on two fronts. The front of the epidemic itself, and we are relatively successful. The other side, the economic impact of the corona, where we are making a sort of good story of success also. And here, if we are talking to the Gulf states, here we are in a very important mission of Sameh Shukri to attract more and more investment from the Arab countries, because as you will know, the Arab countries are our main target to attract foreign direct investment.
Of course.
And thank God that Arabs like Egypt, because we are of the same language, we are the same culture, and really if you talk to Kuwaitis or Saudis or Emirates, they will tell you we prefer to come to Egypt because it is after all a brother country, we talk the same language, we come with our families, better than going to Europe where we don't talk the same language and we are treated as foreigners. Many things in Egypt really would attract Arab direct investment, but we have to depend on this and ameliorate our situation. Bureaucracy must be diminished, and here the President was talking about that a couple of days ago. The banking system, it must be ameliorated also. Many things we have to do our homework to attract more investment.
Okay, sir, I want to ask you quickly a very important question. Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Mariano Grossi, is supposed to meet today. Of course, said to have with him. Do you have any idea about what the talks are going to be about or what they're going to be discussing in their meeting?
Of course, we need the experience of the agency to come and help us, because Egypt now is entering the atomic energy, and we have this huge project which the Russians are building it in the west of Alexandria. And of course, we are using the atomic energy for peaceful use. And Egypt is a very good example for the whole world that we are using atomic energy for generate more and more electricity. Egypt now is in a position to export energy to Europe. You have seen Sameh Shukri was in Cyprus a couple of days ago, and still we are talking with Cyprus and Greece in order to export our surplus of electricity to Europe through those countries. We have a huge project also, which is combining and connecting the electric net from Baghdad in the east up till Casablanca in the west, passing by Egypt, and then we export the surplus of electricity to our neighbors.
Former Assistant Foreign Minister, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, of course, we thank you so much for your informative knowledge and for your, of course, giving us an insight detail about what happened in the press conference. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And dear viewers, this was a coverage of what took place in the very important press conference that took place between, of course, Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri and his Saudi counterpart today. Stay tuned for Nile TV International, bringing you all the minute-by-minute coverage, dear viewers.